I've been thinking a lot about the fact that I don't really need nearly as much as I kind of thought I would need, and that realistically, as long as I got electricity and can like work, I'll be all right. So, let me backtrack. I think I realized that I don't really need to finish it all before hitting the road. Like if there's some cabinets that aren't finished, or maybe it's not like painted the way I want, that's kind of okay with me. I really just want to get it to a point that I'm comfortable and can like enjoy living in it. And if like honestly, the idea of being on the road and working on it while living in it sounds fun as hell, to just be doing like little upgrades along the way. So that's not to say I don't want to do like the full van builder that I'm gonna like get 70% there and just kind of call it. I think I'm just like less stressed to complete it to perfection by the end of my lease. I'm just want to get it to a good place to live out of. I just took my first ride in the van in like a couple weeks at least, because it was really cold for a while, and everything is, you can't really see it, but everything stayed in place, which is cool. The fan was making some noise, but I feel like it's just settling in. It was a very benign noise. And take a guess where we are. We're going on a little field trip tonight. This whole week has just been me learning a lot about wire and electricity and such. And I don't think I'm gonna buy anything tonight. I just kind of want to look at all of their wires and maybe look at their wire tools too, to see what I need. Okay, this is how it's all gonna get connected. I have everything kind of laid out right here. I'm only gonna explain it once because it's not too important for y'all. Here are my 4 100-watt solar panels. They will be charging and they'll all be connected together, and then they will feed to this solar charge controller right here. I will connect the inputs here, and then I will have a different set of wires going to the battery, and the charge controller will monitor the voltage getting inputted from the solar, and it will change the voltage so that when it gets wired to these 2 batteries right here, they will be at a voltage that the batteries can accept, which for these batteries I think is like 14.3 or something, plus or minus a little bit. And then once the energy is within the batteries, they will get wired to this inverter right here, and the inverter will take the volts that the batteries have and converts it to like a 120 volt, or I should say a 110 to 120 volt AC system. So that will let me just plug in my devices, you know, my laptop, my phone, all that stuff into this puppy. And then the batteries will also be connected separately to this fuse box here. The positive and negative ends will go there and there. And then I will be able to connect individual little components, 6 total, to each of these slots. Then this little thing right here is a fuse, a bleed fuse. So if it goes over 15 amps in that device, this will break and stop current running through that wire, which is nice because if I have a wire that can only handle 20 amps, I don't want anything more than 15 going into that, because that gets dangerously close. So then I'll be able to connect like lights, water pump, the fan, everything I need right here. I have a few other little doohickeys. This right here is gonna go in between the solar and the charge controller so that I can just shut it off whenever I want. And then I also have a similar device that is connected to the batteries so that even if I'm not getting any solar charge, I can still turn off the batteries and then do work on the system. Lastly, I have this Shore Charge device. I don't know exactly what they're called. But I'll be able to plug this into shore power, and then shore power being like just anyone's, you know, like garage outlet so that I can charge up, or like at a campsite or anything like that. But I will be able to plug into that and then wire this system to the batteries as well, so that if it's a really cloudy sky, I can just charge up that way as well. That's everything. So right now, my goal is going to be to make a little box for the batteries to put them in, and then on top of the box, I will have like a little, I'm just gonna do this out of plywood. I'm gonna have like a board where I'm screwing in all of these components so that the wires can go all together to one another really easily, seamlessly. But right now I have to take some measurements inside the van to make sure that this will all like fit in there okay. I want to know how much like space I have to work with for that plywood board that I'm making. Just finished this very professional looking battery holder. So it's been very cold out the past couple weeks, and I haven't been able to do a lot of the stuff with adhesives that I want to do, like putting the solar panels on top or just gluing the floor down. And also this past week, my wrist has been flaring up in pain quite a bit, which is really annoying because it's been a couple of years since I injured it. And I think this is just the confirmation I needed that it's not a muscular, or it's nothing to do with my muscle. Well, I think that I got a screwed up tendon, and I think that the best course of action is probably going to be to get surgery on it, which is a bummer because I feel like I need to do that as soon as possible. Sorry, I ran out of storage. But yeah, I'm pretty bummed out about it because I think that the recovery time will be like at least 12 weeks and probably a while to gain full range of motion. So I don't know what that means for the build. Or I guess I do know what it means for the build, which is that I probably need to like slow the hell down on it. Which maybe is a good thing because then I'll be doing work in the warmth. And also maybe this will be a good lesson in patience. But yeah, more to come, maybe. I don't know. About to be getting an MRI. I had the x-ray last week. It was, gosh, and didn't really show anything, so they think it's, you know, a ligament or a tendon, which I totally called, I will say. But I'm feeling better about it. I'm just like, yeah, I need to get this done at some point, so now it doesn't seem like a bad time. Is that good? Yeah, good enough. Feeling celebratory because Nicholas got me these awesome new microphones for my birthday. And I just got the MRI results back, and there's no torn ligaments. It's just the cyst. Just the cyst. Just the cyst. So that means I'll still have to get surgery, and that'll be like a 4 to 6 week recovery. But I think it's going to cost significantly less, and I can just keep doing the van with my left hand. And then you reincorporate the right after 4 to 6 weeks. Feeling celebratory. And I also found out I don't have arthritis, which was like something that concerned me because I used to be a rock climber, and I do have what is it? Tendinosis, which has kind of got a good ring to it. Tendinosis. Skip this part if you don't care about it, but the total cost so far for all of that, $450 for the solar panels and the charge controller, $850 for the batteries, $109 for the inverter, $30 for the solar disconnect, $35 for the fuse box, $146 for the short power charger, $25 for the bus bar, $13 for the battery switch, $10 for the wire cable entry, $16 for the Sikaflex adhesive, $40 for the 1-gauge wire, $35 for the 4-gauge wire, $80 for the 12-gauge wire, $42 for each 80 amp breaker. I got two of them. $48 for the 180 or 120 amp breaker. And I just got one of them. $33 for the crimper and cutter, $8 for the lugs, 11 total of $28 for all the different lugs and heat shrinks. Totaled to $1,990 for all the electrical stuff. And the total cost so far is $2,895. I'll be using all of this in the next video because I need that in this one.